What's going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming at you with some slider tweaks to start this episode of Lions Franchise. Welcome back. Pass blocking has been turned down to 35 from 45. Run blocking has been turned down to 35 from 45, I think, as well. Pass defense reaction time and pass coverage went down to 35. And then for the CPU, I've turned up a lot of things, I want to say, including pass defense reaction time and pass coverage up to 70. So we'll have to see how this plays. Of course, we are a really good team. We want to play like a really good team, but it would be nicer to have some closer games. Week 13 is going to start with a bye, and in this episode, we'll play the Vikings, who I feel like we played a ton recently. And I think it's just because maybe I remember them at the end of last season. I think the games were like bulked up, and then we had our insane performance against them recently. So, I mean, we've played them. This will be the fourth time in 2 years. Obviously, they're in our division, but it feels like we played them, I mean, more than the Bears, more than the Packers. It just feels like we always play the Vikings somehow. You guys are always asking me for my weekly NFL picks, and if you don't listen to my podcast, which is linked into the description, you probably don't know all of them. So, figured this would be a really good segue into my picks for this upcoming NFL week, brought to you by the sponsor of today's video, Bounty Sports. This site is definitely the easiest betting site I've ever used. Everything is super straightforward and very, very easy to access. And for me, who isn't someone who does a lot of sports betting, this is super, super easy. The transition was incredibly fluid and smooth, and everything's just so straightforward. Very, very easy to sign up. Just fill out some information, and of course, remember to use referral code BENGAL, bountysports.com. They're fairly low stakes in general as well, so you don't really have to go in a ton. There's not a ton riding on every game, but it does make the games a little bit more interesting, especially if you don't have a particular horse in the race. You'll enroll in these contests. They range from $1 to $25. All you have to do is pick who you think's gonna win, and it's pretty much as simple as that. So we're gonna go ahead here and go into the 1.4K NFL Week 15 pick'em. The entry fee is only $4, which is fantastic because if you sign up using the link and my code BENGAL in the description, you'll get $5 completely for free, so you can enter this contest for free. The really cool thing, though, about Bounty Sports is that the favorite is worth 1 point. However, the underdog is worth more than 1. So you are incentivized to pick the underdog team, and you are rewarded heavily when you choose correctly. As you can see, you know, let's choose a big one here. The Panthers are a heavy underdog, so they have 4.71 points if you choose them correctly, while the Bills, who are the heavy favorite, are at that base 1, along with every other favorite in the game. So that's a really, really fun twist, and I feel like it's really simple and easy to understand. So if you haven't done anything like this before, which you probably haven't, this is so easy to get into. So let's go ahead and pick. So after much deliberation, this is what I've decided to go with. We're taking the Steelers. You are incentivized to take the underdog, so I'm going to be doing that a little bit. I don't know. The only one I'm kind of iffy about is I kind of want to take the Jets just because it's a huge bonus if I'm actually right. And it's not like the Dolphins are amazing. They're on a winning streak, but you know what? Let's get a little bit crazy. Let's go with the Jets. And then, I don't know, man. The Jags-Texans one's a bit weird too. Urban Meyer just got fired as I record this. So, I mean, I don't really trust interim head coach Darrell Bevell just coming in here and implementing his game plan and being successful. I know offensive coordinator, of course, but like the Jags are just too crazy right now. And then, you know, we have a bunch of interesting ones here as well. Just taking the favorite and some of them too. Like you have to. Bills, Cowboys. Like I think they're just going to win. I like the Broncos at Mile High. Like I think they're a favorite for good reason. Like the Niners. The Ravens is another one where I kind of want to pick them at home, but they're just notoriously slow starters. So if they go up against a high-powered offense like the Packers, I don't really trust them, but let's get a little bit crazy. Let's go with the Ravens, Rams, and Bucks to end it out. Maximum points, 17.57. We've taken some risks, but I think they're calculated risks. It's only $4. You know, you can have 5 if you sign up using my code. It's pretty straightforward, and you can edit those picks at any time before the contest actually starts. So pretty easy, pretty good. So sign up to Bounty Sports today. It's bountysports.com. The link is in the description. Use code BENGAL. You don't even have to deposit anything. You get $5 just for signing up, and you can win money, win prizes by being correct. If you are as good as you say you are and you think you are, put your money where your mouth is. Sign up, bountysports.com. Use code BENGAL $5 free at sign up, no deposit required. And we're gonna go rest and relaxation for the bye week. Yeah, the guys have earned a little time off. I feel like that's fair. We get +2 injury, which is nice because everyone gets injured all the time. So hopefully that doesn't happen in this episode. We do have some upgrades for week 13. And it's a lot of players. A lot of big ones as well. DeAndre Swift, let's go into elusive back. Trying to get up to 95 elusive back for, I don't know, something. It's like human joystick or... Yeah, human joystick is apparently very, very powerful. You guys have said. But I do want to make him a power back, and we play him like a power back. But I think that's fine. He's only 83 power back right now. I do want trucking into the 80s. We're working on it. We're working on it. Derek Davidson is big because this guy has had his ups and downs. I do like acrobat on him. Ooh, but we finally get the opportunity to get these abilities as well. I guess I didn't even realize he didn't have those equipped. What should we do? He's missed a lot of tackles. We could get him up to 85 run support. I want his zone coverage to go up though. He might go up to 85 run support anyway with zone. So let's go ahead and do zone. Give me like +2 zone coverage. +1 speed. And +1 zone coverage. That's honestly even better. Run support stays at an 84. But 93 speed is pretty nice. So I think tackle supreme is what you guys were telling me to put on him, or maybe secure tackler. But again, I do like acrobat. And then what should his other one be? He's not going to press very often, if ever. It's going to be probably... Ooh, lumberjack. He does a lot of cut sticks by himself, which is like the hit stick down. Let's do lumberjack on Derek Davidson. That one could be a lot of fun. We can always change it, but that one feels like it could be quite fun. Tyrone Wilbur. I'm just going to go field general for him. He's a good player. He's played really, really well of late, I would say. +2 awareness. +1 block shedding is probably the most impactful one there. And then other than Penei Sewell, I'm just going to let the CPU take care of it. And we'll go with power on him as he will be temporarily an 88 overall. +3 pass block power, +1 run block. Not too shabby from Penei Sewell. And we'll probably have some more upgrades entering week 14 as well. All right, so Ifeatu Melifonwu and Amon-Ra St. Brown are back, and we have some breakout stuff. Let's start with breakout player. Disappointed coach. What are you talking about? All right, I don't know who's talking. There's nobody here. But somebody warned those DBs in Minnesota. Tell me this is Richie Owens. Chris Godwin? So if Chris Godwin gets 4+ TDs or 200 total yards, he will go up to Superstar X Factor. I guess I kind of forgot that he's not already. He had a huge game in week 12 before the bye. But we could get him up to Superstar X Factor. We do have some upgrade points for actually not Raphael Wilkinson, for Richie Owens. Let's see the tandem breakout offense challenge here. Let's see. Oh, man. It's Raphael Wilkinson. He says, Chris Godwin couldn't be stopped. Are you ready to see me go off like that today? He killed the Vikings last time. Literally the best performance ever by a receiver. Let's challenge him. Show me what you got, Raphael. It looks like we're going to be airing the ball out a lot. And maybe the slider change is going to make that very difficult to do. But all right. Let's see what you're capable of. Chris Godwin has earned XP. And we need 150 plus receiving yards for Raphael Wilkinson against the Vikings. Now, we killed this last time. Let's see if we can do it again. What do we even want on Paul Garrison here? He's been playing so well of late, but if throw accuracy's down, I'm a little, or like for the slider, I'm a little bit concerned about how he's going to perform. But he still should be quite good as we get +2 throw accuracy short, +1 throw accuracy deep, +1 throw on the run, almost to 90 throw on the run. Love that. For Frank Ragnow, let's do agile. Boost him up by 2 overall, at least temporarily. Some +1 strength is a big one. +1 strength is huge. And then Richie Owens, I mean, he's been fantastic overall. He plays a number of different roles for us. He's not really even a slot guy. He just gets over the top and he beats people, with this speed. Let's do deep route runner, and we'll get +3 release. That one's not too bad. That's going to help him out on streaks and I guess vertical routes in general a ton. I think I want to save my staff points because if we have this thing that slows ratings regression for a season for a position, like corner, for example, with Amani Oruwariye, that might be really important. So we're going to save up our staff points for right now. And then I always get worried about weekly strategy because this is where players get injured. So I am a little bit worried about it. But we're going to take the risk. We're going to gamble. And hopefully these guys stay healthy. Our game plan, I mean, we're going to be airing it out. Let's do 350 total yards of passing. It's going to be a lot of Chris Godwin, a lot of Raphael Wilkinson, hopefully. And hopefully they are not injured. Offense is completely healthy. Nope, turf toe for backup center George Guerrero. That's fine. And then defensively, high ankle sprain from Springs, who is an undrafted rookie free agent. Eric Hudson has turf toe. Okay. That's not really a huge loss, but it will give us an opportunity to get a look at one of our mid to late round draft picks, which is Clemson outside linebacker Jermaine Bryan. Probably playing a lot more today, and he's not bad. He's not bad. Trey Flowers, of course, we have again. Didn't forget about him for like at all. Totally didn't forget. He's good in run D. I guess he'll probably get the start. But as far as a pass rusher goes off the edge, I would probably prefer Jermaine Bryan, and Dorian Tompkins, of course, will stay up the middle. Ooh, some big upgrades. Some of you have asked about JP Harris. I'm not going to worry about Garth Ray. We just don't really use 3 running backs all that often. So he's a guy we're just going to continue to develop. He's a really good third running back to have, but there's no pressure to get him too involved at the moment. So we'll just continue to try to upgrade him and make him as good as possible for the eventual moment when he does play. For Cameron Ford, I would love for zone coverage to be in the 90s, so I will be targeting zone here and probably go slot next time around. +2 zone coverage is huge. Into the 90s, and it doesn't take a lot for him to get upgraded. Only 6,000 XP away from another upgrade. Amani Oruwariye, I would love for him to be faster. His coverage is good at this point, so we're going to go into slot, which has the highest chance for upgrading speed as far as I've been able to tell. We get +2 man, +2 press, +3 awareness. He even got a boost to catching like he needs it. Dude catches every pick. He looks amazing. And then, of course, we'll finish with Alex Soto, everybody's favorite for I have no idea what reason. And we'll do improviser. He goes up to an 84 overall. And +3 throw on the run and break sack. His break sack is an 86. So for a guy that isn't particularly mobile, he's a pretty tough guy to bring down. We'll do a little scouting as well. I feel like I always forget to show this nowadays, but we've looked at a lot of the players in this class. I'm going to avoid safety. Let's look at corner. I know we have pretty good cornerback depth right now, but if we get lucky with a decent player down the stretch. Also, another question I'm asked in every video is how did I get the old scouting? This series was created at the start of Madden. So I got the old scouting because I made this series at the start of Madden, back when this was the scouting. So this is not a new franchise. We're 70 plus episodes in. There's a grind. If you want to start at episode 1 and work your way back up to this, more than welcome to. But yeah, there isn't, this isn't a new season. Or the new series. This isn't a new episode, one-off, whatever. This is something that was created from the start of Madden 22. As we will get into week 14, hosting the Minnesota Vikings and their number of Superstar X Factor players. I've also received some questions about the Lions throwback uniforms. There was an episode in this series where I said, this is our new main uniform. I'm making the call that we're going to make the change. And these are our default base uniforms now. And if we do run the ones they run in real life, those will essentially be a little bit of a throwback. at that point. So every single time we run these uniforms, they are our base uniforms. I think they look better anyway. As we'll kick off Monday Night Football with Tyler Bass, as Sullivan is back to return, and he won't go anywhere, taking a knee. And he stretched right, forcing him back inside, and that's a good tackle by B.J. Dickerson. This is a run. It's play action. Kelly has all day. He's going to throw the flat, and Turner can't make the interception, but he does stop Thomas short of the line of gain, and Minnesota will punt. Thought Braxton Turner was going to get a pick there. Would have been one of the first of his career. I can't remember him getting too many interceptions, as Rashad Reese back to return, trying to get him involved in any way possible. And that's not really too bad of a return. Amazing numbers from Paul Garrison, nearly 50 passing touchdowns here, as he is potentially on pace to set the record for passing touchdowns in a season. And we know we have to throw the ball a lot today. We know we do. Need to get Chris Godwin, need to get Raphael Wilkinson the ball. And we got to hope that this Minnesota defense, which has been bad in the past, is terrible today. Outside of Rashad Reese, just because we need to get the ball to Godwin and Raphael Wilkinson quite a bit, doesn't mean we're going to only force the ball there. We're still going to run our offense in the way that I see fit and try to be as effective as possible when doing so. But we don't want to throw picks just saying, you know what, Chris Godwin will catch it down there. It won't always happen. Good slant. Do we have that underneath? We do have it with Raphael Wilkinson. A little bit weird. Their coverage is going to be a little bit tighter today. Of course, with the slider change. That one got a little bit close. I thought Anthony Barr was going to drift back in more of a zone look, just dropping back, playing a mid-read or whatever. But he kind of played the flat a little bit, which surprised me. As they're going single high, we just look for Chris Godwin quickly. That might be the look. Yeah, let's just do it. Little touch pass so we can't get picked underneath. Starting out hot on offense. Throwing for Godwin. We have positioning. And Chris Godwin cannot secure the catch. Maybe wouldn't have been a touchdown, but would have been a really big gain. Instead, it's 3rd and 5. And that, I don't know if that was the right call. We got it to Rashad Reese. He's going to be real close, and they're going to call it 4th and inches. No way we punt in this situation. Obviously. No way we kick a field goal. It's 4th and inches. I trust DeAndre Swift. We're going to get him the ball short. And we got the first down. Let's go, DeAndre. I never like running slants when I see these linebackers lined up like this. Oh, we're trying to run with Garrison. How are we not faster than Michael Pierce, man? With Escape Artist. With Escape Artist, we're not faster than Michael Pierce and nose tackle. Give me a break. Like, why would I have the ability that makes it so he's, you know, extremely tough to bring down? As we're going to lob it up for Wilkinson, and he can't catch it. Now we'll settle for a field goal. I just don't get how we get sacked on that previous play with Escape Artist. Like, it's the whole reason for the ability is that he's super fast behind the line of scrimmage, but yet, like, a 50-speed player can catch up to him when I feel like we have an angle. Whatever. We'll take 3. It's going to be a run. Dickerson. Oh, no. I don't know. Good juke from Cook. Give me a run right. Good tackle in the hole by Braxton Turner. 2nd and 9. Let's dial up some pressure a bit. In man coverage against the superstar X-Factor tight end. It's going to be a run, though. And Dickerson cannot wrap up. Ford took a bad angle, switching on and try to correct it and make the tackle, but it's a huge gain from Minnesota, and Dalvin Cook is running all over us right now. Kelly rolling out, trying to scramble, and he will for 7. Wilbur in the hole. He can't get the tackle. Why did he just fall down? Dalvin Cook in the zone. That's no good. That's no good. We're going to take the fullback on head on. Wilbur runs right past him, but they are stopped short of the end zone. Still feel like they could easily run the ball here. They're going to, and Cook has the touchdown. All right, Minnesota taking the lead here early. We're going to test the speed here. Well, we got open with Reese. We would have at least, but he got bumped. Classic Madden 22. Guys get bumped all the time. It's so frustrating. I just want them to continue the route like when they're going to get open, especially when I've already made the decision to throw to him, is we're going to go for Wilkinson. Had Reese a bit earlier, but of course, if we can get it to Wilkinson or Godwin, what we need to do. Oh, they're blitzing everybody? Little lob. I saw DeAndre Swift wide open, but guess what? Wilkinson was too. He's faster than Dantzler. Foot race, and Wilkinson wins it. Touchdown for the rookie, Raphael Wilkinson. And just like that, we take the lead right back. Good speed. And of course, it was over as soon as Cam Dantzler had man coverage. They sent everybody, 0 blitz. And from then, it was just, is Wilkinson as fast as we think he is? And the answer was absolutely. Touchdown, Detroit. So Wilkinson is at 100 receiving yards already. Not too bad. Oh, it's play action. Kelly going deep, and he's got a man. Davidson can't make the tackle. He's outrunning Dickerson. And Sullivan has a touchdown. They answered back as quickly as we did. What happened in the secondary? I have no idea. Dickerson, I thought he was faster. I mean, he was just completely outraced. 22 miles per hour from the speedster Sullivan. I don't know where Derek Davidson was. I don't know who was supposed to be on him. I think it was just a mix-up in the secondary. Davidson looked like he was trying to play the flat, and Sullivan just ran straight over the top. I need to see whose responsibility that was. Can I see what play we called? I don't remember. I don't remember what play we called. But, it looked like Derek Davidson's fault, but he was trying to play the flat. So maybe it was Oruwariye. If I was in a cover 3, I guess it would make sense enough money where Oruwariye would have the deep third, and that was his responsibility. I don't know what was going on there. I don't like it. And Minnesota scoring some points here, which is more than they usually do. They're showing the same look as they did previously against this formation, and we're going to do the same thing as well. Literally the same exact result to Chris Godwin as we had in the first quarter. Wide open underneath. We're just going to throw it. I was looking deep. Constantly looking deep. But it looked like they just took everything away. Garrison's in the zone, by the way. We cannot throw an interception right now. We're going to go to Rashad Reese, though, up the middle. His lone carry of the game goes for 7. See, I thought this was supposed to be for Rashad Reese, but when I flipped the play, it made it so that Wilkinson would be the recipient of this jet touch pass. And it could have been better. We just need to make a guy miss, which is pretty hard to do frequently. 3rd and 6. Wilkinson's just way too open not to throw to him. And again, I wish we could figure out a way to break tackles and do something after the catch. It just doesn't really happen in Madden 22. 2nd and goal. Slant, open, Godwin got it. Touchdown number 1 of a necessary 4 if we don't get 200 yards. Just wide open on the slant, and if I'm not afraid of throwing a pick, I'll just throw that. It was wide open, and it was good timing, good communication, good result. 17-14 Lions back in front. BJ Dickerson forces a fumble. Wasn't even talking per usual. But, I mean, we missed the tackle with Okuda diving, even though I didn't really want to dive. And then BJ Dickerson just came out of nowhere. Huge hit. And we got the football back. Nice turnover. As Rashad Reese has a little bit of space. Who's going to get open? Do we have it? Come back to the football. Wilkinson can't catch it. Underthrown. Had a little bit of pressure in there. And it is 3rd down and 3. Probably looking for Godwin here. But we'll just have to see what gets open. And I don't really like what happened there with Chris Godwin. I mean, it worked out really well. Just wasn't expecting him to run the route quite like he did. He ran it super, super close to the line of scrimmage. And what are they doing? They're leaving Chris Godwin wide open. Little touch pass. And Godwin can't come down with the football. Come on, Chris. They just keep leaving Wilkinson wide open underneath. It's easy yardage to him. And is he over 150 on the game? He's at 131. 3rd and 2. I think we'll just try and run it. Hopefully follow a block by TJ. And we got the first. So we'll take it. Are they leaving the slant open? I think that they are. Chris Godwin, touchdown. See that inside defender playing the flat. Just threw it right off his back. And it's a TD for Godwin. 2 here in the first half. We are on pace to get him up to Superstar X Factor. Great stuff. 2nd and 8. Let's get another turnover. And they're going short. Man, that guy is crazy fast. Kelly's 5 for 5 throwing right now for well over 100 yards. Thankfully, that huge gain to Sullivan earlier. He's just going to check down this time. Wilbur, big hit. No fumble. Kelly looking to run. He's going to throw, and he's going to get it incomplete. Thought Jefferson was going to hold on to that, but Justin Jefferson couldn't quite make the catch. I thought it was going to be picked at first, too. Thought a lot was going to happen. Like a big hit with Braxton Turner there, but just a regular old tackle. We have Wilbur on Sullivan. Dude, well, Warrior was trailing as well. We might have to make a switch. It's clear that this Sullivan character is way faster than Amani Warrior. We got to get Cam Ford out on him. I mean, we have to make that change. It's a terrible mismatch when it's not. So Justin Jefferson probably will be open for some more opportunities now. But this Sullivan guy's killing us. Not Justin Jefferson or even Adam Thielen right now. Or their Superstar X Factor tight end. It's Sullivan. Kelly gonna... Oh, what is that? Scrambling, and Thielen will fight his way into the end zone. He threw a crossbody complete over the middle, and it's a touchdown, Minnesota. How do we keep Aaron Kelly in the pocket so that he can't hurt us as Russ Clemens is down? 37 seconds, 3 timeouts. We have Rod God, we have Raphael Wilkinson, Rashad Reese, Richie Owens, who hasn't played a ton today. There's a real world where we score before the end of the half. Not a bad return either. All right, let's see if anything gets open here. Oh, I think Wilkinson is right away. It's just, I mean, it's a good throw. Don't get me wrong. But obviously, I mean, that's a touchdown if we get the inside lead there. It just wasn't as accurate as we needed it to be. But Wilkinson well over 150 now at 169. And we, of course, are threatening to score again. We're going to go to Raphael Wilkinson underneath. No longer even need to get him the ball. He's just open. Give me a Rod God touchdown here. Wilkinson, 10 catches, by the way. I mean, they're covering it. Let's go to Tyler Higbee. Nearly intercepted. I mean, that's just going to be a touch. What is that animation? I mean, how wide open was that? And he just got a speed burst from out of nowhere to make an insane play. We're going to throw a quick slant here, probably. Rod God inside, down at the 1. And we are left with a decision. A field goal to make it a 27-21 game. Or try to win with a slant to Chris Godwin. I don't know if I like this formation they're in. You know what I like here? I like getting Chris Godwin out. Actually, can we flip this? Yeah, I like this. I like this. Create a little bit of deception. Get Chris Godwin leaning inside on the slant, but it's going to be zone coverage because they didn't move. We're actually going to slant him anyway. I've changed my mind. We're rolling out. I'm throwing it. Chris Godwin, touchdown, Rod God. Oh my goodness. I mean, we had the touchdown probably on the scramble, but of course, for the Superstar X Factor Challenge, we need to get Rod God some TDs, and that is his 3rd one of the half if it stands. And it will. 31-21, staying aggressive before the half, and making this a 2-possession lead as opposed to less than a touchdown. And that is a very good half of football from our offense. Our defense, not necessarily quite so good. Starting half number 2, Rashad Reese back to return. And we have some space. We got some blockers. Reese is up the middle, and he is gone. Kiss Rashad Reese goodbye. He's got a kickoff, return, touchdown. Maybe he should be back doing punt and kick returns. Look at the speed. No one was going to catch him. Good change of direction. And it's Rashad Reese. 100-yard return, basically. What a way to start half number 2. Stretch right. Just get outside. Good tackle. I mean, we're just all around the ball carrier right now. 3rd and 11 after back-to-back unsuccessful runs for Minnesota. We're going to contain. Try to keep Kelly in the pocket. Try to make sure he can't scramble. He wants to. He wants to, and he's going to, and slide short of BJ Dickerson. But on 4th and 8, how are they not going to punt here from their own 27? 2nd and 9. Ooh, I mean, we have some options here. We're going to lob it up for Rodgod, and he's got it. We only need 1 touchdown with him. We don't even have to really feel forced to throw the football right now, as long as we get him a touchdown. And it'd be nice to get Raphael Wilkinson some more TDs too, but we've already scored, you know, plenty of touchdowns. 38 points here in the 3rd quarter. This Vikings defense just cannot handle this Detroit passing attack. 3rd and 5. Who's getting open? It's going to be Chris Godwin underneath, and it's going to be a missed throw from Paul Garrison. Unbelievable. We'll try a 56-yarder. If anyone can hit it, it's Tyler Bass. He's got a cannon of a leg. And this one is going to be down the middle. Does it have the distance? It easily does. And we will take a 41-21 lead deep into the 3rd quarter. He's airing it out deep. Brian Davis trying to cover Jefferson. And that is a bad matchup. Now, he ran with him. And it's not like he's small. Brian Davis is 6'4", and he ran with him vertically. But Jefferson just has the ball skills that Brian Davis does not possess. And it's 1st and goal, Minnesota from the 8. I thought we were deeper into the 3rd quarter than we actually are. As Kelly going to try and run. That football's coming out. We're going to call it a forward pass. Tompkins on the pressure. It's 2nd and goal. They still could run pretty easily here. Let's get up with Davidson to try to fill a lane. They're going to run. And that is going to be a tackle made by Russ Clemens. Good to see him back in the game. 3rd and goal for the Vikings. Covering the slants. Kelly going to try and scramble. Davidson and cut stick. Where's the fumble? That's Aaron Kelly. That's the quarterback. That's Derek Davidson. We got Lumberjack. If he's not fumbling there, who is? 2nd and 3, play action after a good DeAndre Swift run, and I don't think I've seen a more open receiver. Look at Raphael Wilkinson. Takes a huge shot, but it's also a huge gain. I mean, he was so open. Yeah, it's covered too. They're going to challenge. I don't know what you're going to challenge. That he was out of bounds? No. We're at midfield. More play action. I mean, we have some options here. And that is a weird one. I don't know. I'm not even going to explain what was going on there. It's a big gain to Rashad Reese. That's all you need to know. I needed to be a little bit more decisive there and just kind of held the football, ran around, did my usual thing. As we'll rock play action over the middle. Good timing. And it's a Wilkinson 1st down again. Running DeAndre Swift up the middle. And it's a nice stop by Ronnie Harrison. Only averaging like 2.5 yards per carry. Not great. Not great, to be honest. As we'll run, I think we got man coverage. Just trust Chris Godwin to win at the line, and he does. Touchdown, Rodgod. That's number 4, and that should be superstar X Factor for Rodgod. 48-24. Yeah, we just trust him. That's a good throw from Garrison, too. It's a good throw, and good work from Rodgod. Yeah, man coverage, and he's going to win on those. Okay, Ford just got beat there. That's a really sick route and good timing with the quarterback. Man, I mean, this Vikings offense, at least at times, has looked amazing today. It's just been Kelly forcing himself out of the pocket as Ford got beat by Sullivan. I mean, look at that. He's 17 for 21, 292 and 2 touchdowns. The only reason they haven't been more effective at finishing drives is Kelly scrambling at, you know, the drop of a hat and killing these drives. As it's a touchdown, Dalvin Cook. Minnesota not out of it yet. But we got Swift and Garrison in the zone. Always really fun to see that, even if they don't play off each other at all. Didn't really do much with it there. Get it outside, Swifty. Be a little faster. 3rd and 4, looking to move the chains, obviously. Good throw. Decent route from TJ Hawkinson. And Garrison, with 5 touchdowns on the game, is almost at 400 yards. It is definitely going to happen, I would say, barring anything crazy. Good block. Swifty. What is that? When I lower the shoulder for the truck stick there, which I think we all saw, and I had the Superstar X Factor unlocked, like, we don't break the tackle. That's genuinely confusing to me. Okay, what is that, man? Superstar X Factor's gonna be off now. 3rd and 4. Who wants to get open? You do. It's Richie Owens. Very late on that dig. Play action. Let's get it to Wilkinson. Nice, easy catch. He probably has 15 catches in this game. Can we see numbers? 13 for 224. This rookie is unbelievable. Rod God's open on the other side. I didn't know if I wanted like him or Wilkinson both running crossers and both with mismatches. I mean, that's Bless Austin, I'm assuming, in coverage. Not the best. 10th catch on the game for Rod God. And Swifty stopped. Tried to just cut it right back up the middle. Nothing doing. Wilkinson open. He caught it down at the 1. We just haven't been able to finish a lot of these big catches for Wilkinson here for touchdowns. We've been very close. Just have not quite been able to get the extra couple yards. As, I mean, we got the inside lead there. Raphael Wilkinson, touchdown. Number 6 on the day for Paul Garrison. I mean, we have size at receiver now. Like, we didn't really have that big-bodied guy previously. Chris Godwin has sometimes played that role. Like, he's been a big slot at times. He's been a guy that can go up and high point the football. But he's not 6'3", like the rookie Wilkinson is. And if we can use him in the red zone like this going forward, I think we're going to be really, really, really tough to stop. We've put up a ton of points in this game. We've been trying to be fair. But this has been a phenomenal performance, all things considered. 3rd and 8 for Minnesota, looking to keep this game alive. Their offense has been good. Our offense has just been better. And Kelly finally will be sacked. Deron Payne, I guess he got the first sack of the game. No, we have 2. Who had the other one? Tompkins, maybe? Dorian Tompkins? I know he had pressure. I don't know if he had a sack. He's going to throw it up deep. Warrior. I tried to strafe and make a play. And to get her out of position. I guess it's my fault. 1st down, Minnesota. Because that's a 2-minute warning. Going to the end zone. This time, Warrior dropped it. I thought we were going to have it for sure. Kelly's getting real aggressive. The pass blocking for the CPU probably should be turned down slightly. We've just gotten, like, no pressure today. And we obviously have a very, very, very good D-line. As Kelly's going to have forever. And is finally picked off by Amani Warrior. That's the one, that's the pick. He got it on this drive. I mean, he had 3 real opportunities. I'm shocked that this is the one that was actually intercepted. Because they had an easy step. What an acrobatic play by Warrior. What a play from Amani. I mean, that's amazing. 3rd and 9. Oh, I didn't think that was going to be a switch off, but what a play from Rashad Reese. And he stayed in bounds. What an effort. We have a step there. Wilkinson gets aggressive, and he's got him over the top. Dantzler can't catch him. Touchdown number 3 for Raphael Wilkinson. We're just trying to get a little bit creative, calling play action. Of course, we're in a run situation at the end of the game here. I never really intended on throwing the ball super deep, but Wilkinson just had a step. He is so good. They ran man coverage, and they just can't. You can't have Cam Dantzler running with Raphael Wilkinson. They know that now, but it's too late. We dropped 60 on their head. That's the game. Going deep, and Richard Russell can't get the pick. I'm not sure why they're calling timeout still. Both of our corners are in the zone, by the way. 3rd and 4, 4 seconds left. Game on the line. Let's see if they can pull off the comeback. Kelly gonna throw on the run and will complete the pass. But that is the ball game. I didn't anticipate scoring quite this many points. We did run up the score a little bit at the end with a pass, and it's a 7-touchdown game for Paul Garrison. Jesus, and you've seen the sliders, perfect QBR as well. 537 passing yards and 7 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift averaged 2.2 per carry. Reese was at 3.8, a little bit better, but it was really tough to run the football. Raphael Wilkinson had 16 catches for 326 yards and 3 touchdowns. Rod God with 4 TDs should go up to Superstar X Factor. Josh Sullivan crushed us. What a game from Wilkinson. The record for receiving yards in the game is 336 from Flipper Anderson. Calvin Johnson at 329. Wilkinson joins Calvin Johnson. Top 3 all-time in receiving yards per game. He is a rookie. 3 touchdowns. I mean, obviously, insane play at the end to make that happen. But unreal stuff. Turner and Davidson both had 7 tackles. TFL for Davidson, 2 for Deron Payne, who had a sack. Derek Davidson had the other. I don't remember that. Interception, of course, for Oral Warrior. Forced fumble for BJ Dickerson, recovered by BJ Dickerson. And that was an amazing game. I mean, Rod God's got to make the thumbnail, but also Wilkinson was so incredibly good. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that was pretty wild. That was pretty wild. We got some upgrades here. Raphael Wilkinson. So close to learning his development trait. We have a sneaking suspicion what it is, and it doesn't shock me. But we got to get his deep route running up. Maybe he's turning into an unbelievable deep threat for us. So we're going to try and elevate that part of his game. +2 catching, +1 deep route running, +1 release. He's got release into the 90s right now anyway. I mean, look at his... This is a rookie. I know he's playing with some temporary boosts, but 94 catching, 96 catching traffic, 93 release. Are you kidding me? He is unbelievable. Deshaun Hand with a skill point as well. We'll do run stopper for him. I'm okay with that. Deshaun Hand, I thought he was going to be a lot better in this series with Superstar Dev. He's okay. He is not amazing, unfortunately. He's okay, but he never really developed as much as I thought he would. +2 kick accuracy. Pretty sweet. And then BJ Dickerson. Don't want to blow this one. Let's get his hit power up. Hopefully run support takes care of that. He's going to go up to an 87 overall. And we get +1 tackle, zone coverage. Nothing crazy. And let's see tandem breakout. I mean, we did what we needed to do. Appreciate you challenging me to be better this week, Coach. Our talk played a big part in what I was able to do this week. Yep, you were unbelievable. Still don't have a nameplate. Don't know why that is. No name on that. But yeah, I mean, we knew you were going to be amazing, Raphael. We believed in you. We wanted to challenge you to get it done. And you had literally, like, the best game ever. Almost, right? +5 catch of traffic and release. Yeah, it's not bad. Not the upgrades I would have wanted for him, honestly. Just because he was already really good in those areas. But, I mean, oh my goodness. He's got, temporarily at least, +5 that you just saw are permanent. But he's playing up to 98 release, 99 catch and traffic. He is a rookie. I know I've been saying that a lot. But this is, like, you don't get 99 catch and traffic from someone that hasn't even played a full season in the NFL yet. It's just absurd. It's absurd with him. I mean, is Raphael Wilkinson entering Dennis Peoples' territory? You watch Jags franchise, and of course, yeah, Chris Godwin, Superstar X Factor. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that. +5,000 XP for him as well. And I know, yeah, if you watch Jags franchise, if you watch Desperados franchise, Dennis Peoples was the show. He wasn't just a big contributor in an offense. He was the guy. He was the guy. As we get some guys returning. But, I mean, we have a lot of guys in this offense. But Raphael Wilkinson, what he's done as a rookie, has been just breathtaking, to be honest. It's insane what he's been able to accomplish as Rod God will get upgraded. Not too bad there. +2 break tackles, nice. Wonder if we'll actually see that play a role. 83 break tackle. But if we do a quick little stat update before the end of this episode. Okay, Paul Garrison is at over 5,000 yards, 54 touchdowns to only 9 interceptions. I mean, he's going to be ahead of a lot of the NFL. 1,000 yards in advance of second place almost. And, I mean, Pat does have 41 TDs, but Paul Garrison is in a league of his own. Amazing completion percentage as well. And if we see NFL records, passing yards in the season, Paul Garrison right now is in the top 5 all time. Pretty insane. Garrison just a touchdown away from tying the record for touchdowns in a season, and then for a game, 612 passing yards is currently pretty good. It's number 1 all time. I think he did that in the previous game, and then 537 was maybe this past game. And then 9 touchdowns in that other game against the Vikings. We just crushed the Vikings. Paul Garrison on here twice. Pretty insane. And then receiving yards, Raphael Wilkinson, number 3 all time. DeAndre Swift probably will rush for over 1,000 yards. Just barely. And then receiving's kind of crazy. 14 TDs for Richie Owens, 13 for Wilkinson, 15 for Godwin on only 737 yards comparatively. Insane. 736 yards for Rashad Reese. He took a bit of a backseat this year. Still very, very good. Just didn't play quite as much. And it's even more impressive because Wilkinson has done this in only 8 games. 13 touchdowns. 1,100 yards. 8 games. Unbelievable. That's going to do it for the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.
It's insane, I hit it at the park, bend bones. See me high step to the end zone. My life like a game, Nintendo. Playing with the best, let them know. Get off the track, the train's coming through. Yeah, promise you get in my way, then you best believe I'ma just run over you. Yeah, yeah. Papa turn, taking it back to the house. Defensive joke, I'm laughing so loud. Speedbird's good.